Welcome to Science and Technology Briefing. The content of the briefing includes: AI has rescued Mark Zuckerberg from a metaverse-size hole. Governments must not rush into policing AI. How to be a better boss. Sodium batteries offer an alternative to tricky lithium. The mood at Davos in the desert is one of anxiety. AI has rescued Mark Zuckerberg from a metaverse-size hole. Economist. Meta's core business, which includes Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, is thriving once again, with the company reporting revenues of $34.1 billion in Q3 2021, up 23% YoY. Net profits more than doubled to $11.6 billion. The company's share price has increased by 250% since last year. Facebook's founder, Mark Zuckerberg, responded to investor pressure and criticisms by making two transformative business decisions. He made cost cuts and fired staff, and he launched an internal revolution to use artificial intelligence, AI, to galvanize Meta's core business. The company had spent years building up its AI infrastructure, and it was well equipped to make the most of Gen AI. The move helped to turn Zuckerberg from Silicon Valley's villain to its hero. Meta is using chatbot avatars to increase engagement on its social media platforms and to improve advertising. The company is also using AI to model user behavior and has launched tools to let advertisers experiment with different backgrounds and wording. However, there are concerns over the potential for AI to tarnish a brand's identity or for AI to encourage untoward behavior on social networks. Governments must not rush into policing AI. Economist. Policymakers around the world are considering measures to guard against the potential risks posed by artificial intelligence, AI. While the doomsday scenarios of AI causing human extinction are still speculative, governments are keen to be proactive. However, rushing to regulate AI could lead to global rules that address the wrong problems, stifle innovation, and entrench incumbents. Instead, policymakers should focus on setting up the infrastructure to study AI and its risks and establish a code of conduct for model makers. This will allow for better understanding of the risks and the development of appropriate regulations in the future. How to be a better boss. Economist. The job of the manager has become more challenging due to changes in the workplace, such as remote work and increased diversity. Managers are now juggling more tasks, leading to burnout and confusion. However, good management is crucial for both employee well-being and company performance. Well-managed firms tend to be more productive, export more, and spend more on research and development. Improving management practices can lead to a significant increase in productivity. To become better managers, leaders should focus on being explicit about processes, eliminating unnecessary tasks, providing management training, and establishing promotion systems that don't require moving into management roles. Sodium batteries offer an alternative to tricky lithium. Economist. Politicians in rich countries worry that transitioning to low-carbon electricity will leave them geopolitically exposed due to a reliance on battery technology, particularly lithium-ion batteries which require lithium, an essential component. The refining of lithium mostly takes place in China, and Western countries are concerned about their energy security being compromised. However, a number of companies are making batteries based on sodium, which is thousands of times more abundant than lithium and cheaper to obtain. Pursuing sodium battery technology in the West could provide a surer route to energy security. The mood at Davos in the desert is one of anxiety. Economist. The mood at the recent Future Investment Initiative in Saudi Arabia was unusually tentative, with business leaders expressing concerns over global tensions and economic uncertainty. The event, known as Davos in the Desert, is unique in that billions of dollars in deals are signed on the sidelines. However, this year was the first time the organizers charged a fee of up to $15,000 per person, filtering for more high-quality people. Participants at the event were particularly worried about the escalating conflict in Gaza and its impact on Saudi Arabia's ambitious economic plans. Inflationary pressures and fiscal deficits were also weighing on attendees' minds. Top wind firms' profits fall even as clean energy booms in China. Bloomberg. Xinjiang Goldwind, the largest wind turbine maker in China, has reported a 98% drop in net income for the 3 months to September, to 9.4 million Chinese yuan, $1.29 million, compared with the same period last year. The company is facing a price war among Chinese wind turbine manufacturers, which is pushing prices lower and offsetting the benefits of China's clean energy investment. The country is working to increase its deployment of renewable energy to reduce emissions and meet electricity demand. However, the intense competition and low prices could hamper Chinese wind turbine manufacturers' efforts to expand overseas. Time to get serious about the dangers of quantum computing. Financial Times. Companies should start thinking about migrating to a quantum world now. The U.S. National Institute of Standards and Technology is due to release its post-quantum encryption standards next year, according to an op-ed in the Financial Times. Quantum computers could crack the RSA cryptosystem, widely used by tech companies, banks and governments, and while it may be another decade before a quantum computer is stable enough to do so, it is essential to anticipate this possibility, the piece said. Sunak defies Tory critics over China invite to AI summit. The Independent. UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has defended inviting China to his flagship artificial intelligence summit at Bletchley Park. Despite criticism from Conservative MPs, Sunak argued that there could be no serious AI strategy without the involvement of one of the world's leaders in the technology. Former Tory leader Ian Duncan Smith accused the government of a stance that smells of appeasement. The White House has announced that U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris will attend the summit. Sunak warned of the risks posed by AI, including the potential use of the technology by terrorists for bioweapons and human extinction. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Dr. Six, your trusted observer from the sixth dimension. Today, we have a lineup of news that spans from the world of technology to the realm of global economics. Let's dive right in. First up, we have Mark Zuckerberg, the man who brought us Facebook and the metaverse. Thanks to the power of artificial intelligence, AI, Zuckerberg has managed to turn his fortunes around. By implementing AI in Meta's core business, he has not only increased engagement on social media platforms but also improved advertising. And let's not forget the cost cuts and staff firings that helped boost Meta's profitability. Zuckerberg has gone from Silicon Valley's villain to its hero, all with the help of AI. It just goes to show that even a metaverse-sized hole can be filled with the right technology. Speaking of AI, governments around the world are grappling with the idea of regulating it. While it's important to be proactive in addressing the potential risks of AI, rushing into regulation could do more harm than good. Instead, policymakers should focus on studying AI and its risks, establishing a code of conduct for model makers, and developing appropriate regulations in the future. After all, we don't want to stifle innovation or entrench incumbents. Let's take the time to understand AI before we try to control it. Now, let's talk about being a better boss. The role of a manager has become increasingly challenging, especially with the rise of remote work and increased diversity in the workplace. But good management is crucial for both employee well-being and company performance. By being explicit about processes, eliminating unnecessary tasks, providing management training, and establishing promotion systems that don't require moving into management roles, leaders can become better managers. And let's face it, a well-managed company is a more productive company. So, bosses out there, let's step up our game. Moving on to the world of energy, we have a potential solution to the lithium problem. As countries transition to low-carbon electricity, there's concern about relying too heavily on lithium-ion batteries, which require lithium. The refining of lithium is mostly concentrated in China, which raises concerns about energy security for other countries. However, companies are exploring batteries based on sodium, which is more abundant and cheaper to obtain. Pursuing sodium battery technology could provide a more secure route to energy security. It's time to diversify our battery options and ensure a sustainable future. Shifting gears to the recent Future Investment Initiative in Saudi Arabia, the mood was one of anxiety. Business leaders expressed concerns over global tensions, economic uncertainty, and the escalating conflict in Gaza. It seems that even in the desert, the worries of the world weigh heavy on the minds of these high-quality people. Let's hope for smoother sailing ahead and fewer reasons for anxiety at future events. In the world of clean energy, Xinjiang Goldwind, the largest wind turbine maker in China, has reported a significant drop in net income due to a price war among Chinese wind turbine manufacturers. While China is making strides in clean energy, the intense competition and low prices are hampering the efforts of these manufacturers to expand overseas. It's a reminder that the transition to clean energy isn't without its challenges, and we need to support these companies in their global ambitions. Finally, let's talk about quantum computing. It's time for companies to start thinking about migrating to a quantum world. While it may be another decade before quantum computers have the power to crack encryption, it's essential to anticipate this possibility. The U.S. National Institute of Standards and Technology is set to release post-quantum encryption standards next year, so it's time to prepare for the future. Let's not wait until it's too late to protect our digital world. That's it for today's news, folks. I hope you've enjoyed our journey through the latest happenings. Now, it's your turn to join the discussion. What are your thoughts on AI's role in turning Mark Zuckerberg into a hero? How do you feel about the rush to regulate AI? And what steps can we take to be better bosses in this ever-changing world? Share your ideas, ask questions, and let's keep the conversation going. After all, the sixth dimension is all about exploring the possibilities together. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.